Alright, welcome to the final 15 years later video. Anybody struggling with trauma, depression, addiction, whatever, you should watch this, okay? That's my target audience, are people who have been beaten down by life, they've had fucked up pasts, and that kind of stuff, and you want to recover. This is the video to watch. A couple of disclaimers before I begin. 1. I'm not a therapist. I'm not an expert. I'm not some kind of guy who knows everything. I'm not a guru. I'm just a man. I'm a man who has a story to tell, as you saw in the 4th video. And I believe that people can benefit through the stories that I tell. Okay? Alright, cool. So here goes. Actually, also, I put the suicide hotline, or the suicide lifeline, my bad. I put the suicide lifeline in the Robin Williams video that I did. I'm gonna put that again in the description here. If you have a suicidal thought and it's really bringing you down, and you can't just make it go away, like I can, then you need to call that number and you need to talk to somebody immediately. Especially if you have that kind of thought right now. In fact, if you have that kind of thought right now, take down the number in the description, call it. Don't watch this video, just click off the video and call that number and talk to somebody who can actually help you, not just me, okay? I can only give you what helps me. These are the things that help me. Whenever I feel like shit, whenever I feel like I'm not enough, whenever I feel like the events of my past are overwhelming, okay? Alright. And this isn't like a step-by-step kind of deal, although it kind of is. There's definitely, in the description, I'm gonna like post like a chronological way to do this, okay? But and that's only a recommendation. All right, so let's go. First thing you need to do: see a therapist. You gotta see a therapist, a counselor about whatever has happened to you. Say, let's use an example of something every day that could possibly traumatize you. Let's go with a breakup. Because breakup's pretty bad, okay? Breakup, or someone doesn't want to talk to you anymore, you lose a friendship. That's what happened to me on my birthday, by the way. That I'm hopefully going to get back in contact with this person. But if they don't get back with me, big deal. I'll go over that later on. Yeah, so. Say you go through a breakup and you're really heartbroken, right? You gotta talk to somebody about it. Do you want to talk to a friend or family member? You could, but two things wrong with that. One, you're gonna be bringing them down with your bullshit. Never a good idea. Two, they're not qualified enough to tell you a path to making it better. They're not gonna be like, well, this is what you should do, that kind of stuff. The purpose of a therapist is twofold. One, gives you someone to bitch at, and without fear of them leaving you because of you dragging them down with your bullshit. Two, you get quasi-expert advice from them. Maybe not the best advice sometimes. Sometimes they'll push pills on you. That happened to me for a stupid reason. I thought I needed happy pills, when all I had to do was just these few things. But maybe taking the happy pills kind of led me to do this, so who knows. So yeah, that's what you do. And it gets you out of the house. Gotta get out of the house. That's the second thing. Get the fuck out of the house. If you don't have a job, you need to get a job. I don't care. Oh, but the economy sucks. The economy sucks, and it doesn't really suck, okay? It's not that bad. Yes, the jobs that everyone prefers are not available at the moment, or they're getting outsourced or whatever. But you can still get some lame-o random retail restaurant job. Yes, they're shitty jobs. Yes, they don't pay well. But guess what? They get you out of the fucking house. That's what you need to do when you're depressed, or if you don't feel good, or if you feel like life events are just destroying you. That's when you get out of the house, you're distracted from that. When you get out of the house and you practice hobbies, when you go to the gym, when you practice your social skills by walking outside and saying hi to random people. I used to mall rat. I used to, in my time off, in between my dad dying and me starting school up again, I figured that I needed to work on my social skills because my social skills really sucked. Okay? So what did I do? I went to the mall and I would just like hit on 5 girls at the mall. Just walk up to them. This would be like chicks who work there. I'd be like, "Hi, I think you're really pretty. I just want to let you know that. I know I'm probably the 50th guy to say that, but allow me to be the 51st. And that would be the only thing I would say. And then we'd have a conversation. Oh, thank you. No, it's cool. Don't worry about it. It's awesome. How are you? You know, that kind of stuff. I'd be like, what are you trying to sell everybody? That kind of stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's fun. Especially if people have called you introverted or shy or whatever. It's something that it's just another skill that you can learn, okay? But when you get out of the house, I want to say maybe we'll say 4 to 12 hours a day you should spend out of the house. Every day, 4 to 12 hours. Yes, I know that sounds like a fucking daunting task, okay? Because let me tell you, the what do you call it? The temptation to stay inside and watch Netflix or play video games and just stuff your face with ice cream or whatever the hell you like to, whatever comforts you. Hopefully not a drug, because that would really be bad. Trust me, that temptation is very, very real. But guess what? You give into that temptation, it's gonna fuck you up royally. So don't do that. Leave the house. Third thing, learn a skill. Learn a new skill. Let's say you don't like playing sports, okay? Why not learn how to play one? Doesn't have to be anything cool. For me, it's bowling. For some other people, it could be golf or football, baseball, basketball, football, hockey. I would even consider something like chess to be a sport. You know what I mean? Anything, any skill. Doesn't have to be a sport. Anything. Cooking. If you don't like eating Hot Pockets and frickin' TV dinners every day, learn to cook. Take a cooking class. Be like, yo, I want to sign up for this cooking class. I want to drop like whatever this money is, whatever how much it is, like $100, $50, whatever, on a cooking class, so I can learn how to cook, and this way I can lead a healthier lifestyle, and maybe meet some people. There you go. Boom. Skill learned, and now you've gotten your ass out of the house. Go to the gym. Why people don't go to the gym and lift heavy weights and run and do cardio is beyond me. How people can decide not to have a lifestyle where they're in constant physical activity, I can't grasp that. I can't. I really can't. If you're not going to the gym and you're not lifting and doing cardio, then shame on you. Shame on you if you're not doing that. I'm serious. Because you're killing yourself if you don't do that. You're murdering yourself. It's self-murder. Even if you can do CrossFit and I'll have more respect for you than if you're just being sedentary and if you're just sitting at the house all day and not being active. You know what I mean? Get fucking active. Learn a skill. It's good. Alright. Number 4. Become part of a community. Become part of something. Become a part of something. You know what I mean? This is akin to learning a skill too, because let's say you join a bowling league. Well, now you know people in your bowling league. Guess what? On my Tuesday night league, there's this really pretty woman. I thought she was really pretty for an older woman, anyways. One of those guys, yes. I'm not afraid, okay? Because I don't discriminate when it comes to women. If I'm attracted to one, I'm getting with it. Alright? So I'm like, oh, so let me ask her out. Let me see if she's down to do something. I got her number. Hopefully we'll hang out sometime. You know what I mean? That's all it takes. If it wasn't for bowling league, I wouldn't have met her. That's how people get girlfriends and boyfriends and wives and husbands. They don't just... Some of them are met coldly, yes. Some of them are met like, oh, hey, what's up? You meet some random person on the street. Let's go out. And then all of a sudden, you're dating somebody. Is that really how it goes, though? Not really, okay? 90% of the time, you're going to meet your future mate or suitor or whatever the hell you want to call it via what they call a social circle. That's a friend of a friend. You know what I mean? Like, how do you get friends? You get the fuck out, you get out of the house, and you join a group that's centered around one thing, around one activity or skill. That's why I say you gotta learn a skill. And then they won't care about your past. They'll be like, oh, well, you know, I don't care about how cool you are. I just don't be an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, say you take a cooking class, right? And you meet this person in your cooking class. And then you say, hey, we just learned how to make this. Why don't you go to my place? We'll put a movie on and we'll try and make this together without the teacher and without the instructor, watching over us and holding our hand. What do you say? Could be fun, yeah? And then all of a sudden you have people you're hanging out with. You need people in your life. I don't care what anyone said. Those are the things I can't tolerate in people. I can't tolerate people who aren't active. I have no respect for those people. I have no respect for people who think that they can just be alone forever. Who think they're on their own little island. You know what I mean? No, you're not your own separate fucking island, okay? No. Despite what society wants to believe are now our hipster fuel society where oh, well, I'm an individual, man, and I don't want to be a part of this. Okay, good, yeah, cool story, bro. Then, have fun fucking watching Netflix at the house by yourself, doing nothing, feeling depressed about everything, okay? Yeah. And then don't come running when you're freaking when you're so depressed that you can't relate to another human being. And then when you try and go out in public, you look weird. All right? Don't come running when that happens. Sorry. But that is the path you'll be going on if you're not productive. If you don't have what they call an ecosystem of hobbies, of obligations, and stuff like that. Look, the guy I live with, next year I'm dragging him to a bowling league because I'm sick of him just staying in the house and watching Netflix all day. It's bad for his health, both physically, mentally, and socially. And I care for him that much to where I don't want him to go down a really shitty path. That's how it is. And it'd be nice to have a nice, reliable doubles partner in bowling. The final thing, develop knowledge of self and a clear perspective. What is knowledge of self? Knowledge of self, and the two go hand in hand. I have a clear perspective, okay? I owe a ton of money in my student loans. Alright? This is how much I owe. Holy shit, right? Guess what? There's some people here, there's some people in the world who make less than me, who owe more than that. Alright? I've talked to them before because I used to be a bill collector. And I'd be like, yeah, you owe this bank like $100,000. Do you plan to pay for this? They'll be like, I can't. I'll be like, what do you mean you can't? Be like, oh, well, I don't have a job. I'm like, get some money, bro, and pay for this. I don't care how much. Give me like $20 a month. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? So am I gonna really let that drag me down? No, I can't. There's people worse. Somebody has it worse than you. You're not the worst, okay? You can't be the worst, alright? There's no such thing as the worst. Do you know everybody on the planet? No. Therefore, why are you comparing them that way? Why are you doing that? Why are you friggin' disqualifying yourself from people like that? Okay? When I compare myself to somebody, I don't do it with an emotional response. I don't go like, man, this guy, he gets way better, more girls than I do. I don't go like, man, I wish I were him, man. Because if I were him, man, I'd be happy, man. So, like, I just want to be happy like he is. No, what I do is I go, what does he do that I don't do? Walks up to every girl he finds attractive, and he hits on them. And he does it with class. Interesting. Maybe if I did the same thing, maybe I could be just as successful. Or a person get good grades. I used to do that with good grades. I'd be like, man, I hate how I don't get good grades, man. I'm sick of these guys getting like 90s and 100s, and I just get 70s, 80s. It's stupid to think that way. What you should do instead, be like, how do they get these good grades? They go to study groups, they bust their ass, they don't sleep all day, they don't sleep in class. Like, I used to sleep in class all the time in school. Okay. They do the shit that they need to do to get excellent grades. Start doing that shit. It's so easy, right? So, that's what I do. That's what knowledge of self is. It's the fact that you can compare yourself to others and not get pissy about it. Okay? You can compare yourself to others and do it objectively to where you're not really comparing. You're just comparing what you do versus what they do. That kind of stuff. As far as a clear perspective, it's like I said, you gotta have a worldly perspective. Lots of people have it better than you. Lots of people have it worse than you. There's no absolute worst. There's no absolute best. There is only you. And you're just one little speck on this planet. And that's what you are. That's all you are, really. So there you go. Awesome. Alright, quick recap. Let me check my time. Get another look at this, man. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna be so glad to get the hell out of here. I did that at the exact same time stamp in the last video. Quick review. See a therapist. Make sure you're not, if you have like self-harming thoughts, call the Suicide Lifeline. If that is like you. Learn a skill. Be productive and get out of the house. Get active if you aren't active, which means join a gym and start lifting weights and running, or doing whatever else cardio that you want to do. Biking, jump rope. Let's see, climb mountains. Let's see, what else could you do? You could swim, that kind of stuff. Just get active. Leave the house 6 to 12 hours per day, every day. What else? Join a community probably based around the skill that you want to learn. For example, I want to learn how to bowl. Awesome. Let me join a bowling league. Good stuff like that. Gives a good community. Let's see. and develop knowledge of self and a clear perspective on things that are happening around you. And you do these things, you won't need happy pills, you won't need antidepressants, which destroy like everything around you, man. Like when I was on antidepressants, this is gonna be a lot of you gonna laugh when you hear this, because I thought it was hilarious after I got off antidepressants. When I was on antidepressants back maybe 3 or so years ago, I couldn't get hard. Yeah, 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 yeah. So if you're on antidepressants, you may just want to throw them out, cause you'll lose one of the things that makes life living, which is the ultimate stimulation. As I was saying, get perspective. Have positive role models that you look up to. And I'm not talking about, and this is the final thing. There are 3 people you need in your life. You need people who are better than you, so you can look up to them and mimic them, and this way, or model them, and this way, when you act like them, you'll get more successful. People on your level, who you can learn just one additional thing from, and they can learn a lot of things from you. And then people who are worse than you. Okay? These are people who you teach yourself by teaching them. Okay? In the new DVD that WWE made, the Paul Heyman DVD, Paul Heyman said that he learned more from teaching CM Punk about production and stuff and writing than anyone else. Okay, I'm gonna review that DVD. I just want to move into the new place first. So yeah, that's what you gotta do. If you've been traumatized and you've been depressed because of it, if you do these things, let me tell you, man. And if you just get started on it, don't look for the result. Just be happy that you're just doing those things, okay? I'm happy when I go to work every day. I like it, okay? Why do I like it? Not because it's a fun place to work, not because I'm not supervised, even though that's a really cool perk. Not because I can just sit on my ass for 5 hours and do nothing and then work 3 hours and get an 8-hour workday out of it. Not because there's no forced lunch periods, which I fucking hate in jobs. But it's because I'm getting out of the house. I'm not in the house all day doing nothing. I hate it when I'm in the house all day. So, yeah. When I'm at bowling league, even if I bowl badly, doesn't matter. I'm like, you know what? I got out of the house. I'm happy. If I go out to meet girls and women, I could get shot down, drinks thrown in my face, kicked in the balls and slapped. But at the end of the night, I'm gonna laugh at myself and be like, that was awesome. That was beautiful. And I'll be like, I just got out of the house. Excellent. That's all you gotta do. That's all you have to do if you feel like shit. You do those things, you will not have time to feel like shit. You won't. You'll just be like, I want to feel, I can't because I gotta go to work. I gotta go to this. I gotta do this. You know what I mean? You'll distract yourself from feeling really bad. And it's good. Because then your distractions will be stuff you're focusing on. So there you go. Alright. Hope you enjoyed this series. I enjoyed making it. I can't wait to move into the new place. You'll be seeing some vlogs about that, I guess. So yeah. Alright. I'm out of here. Peace.